all you wonderful, fabulous, magical people.
Episode 758.
I love it.
It's getting close to Sarah's Christmas, a.k.a. Hallows Eve.
Season.
Halloween.
I'm so excited. I have all my black dresses lined up for the upcoming, it's like this, for the next 2 weeks, I have events where I actually can wear a dress. And this is the only time of year where I can wear them and people wouldn't ask me if I'm going to a funeral because some of them walk the line. And I'm like, no, a wedding. But, yeah.
Right.
My dress is not black for it, but.
One time I was looking at pictures. You remember Christina from my show? She was showing me pictures of growing up and she showed me a Halloween one from her childhood. And I go, what are you here? And she was like, a dead bride. Like as if that's a thing.
That's funny because I think I've been a dead bride.
Right.
And
that is very similar, this sort of Tuesday sacrifice goth thing.
Like goth, like ex-goth. What goth wasn't a dead bride? They're like...
Right. She was probably mad that it was too cliche.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I had to go as Ruth from the Bible.
Yeah, you were celebrating harvest party. I'll never that always tickles me. This time of year I walk by churches and all their signs say harvest party on them. I'm like,
it should tickle you because now all the people like me are the people that are your clients having to deal with this in therapy.
Yeah. I know parenting is really great for my business.
I know a story to share about your, recent doctor's appointment.
Oh my God.
But before you do, I did think this was fun. On our flight back from Boston, Lincoln has those ear pods that go in your ears or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, one fell, and you know how it is on a plane, when you drop something, it's where is it? And it could be in the back row because it was during takeoff, the plane's slanted.
Totally.
But where it actually ended up was there was this weird, gross, hole under the window, into the belly of the plane.
Stop it.
Yeah, it was just this freak, shitty thing that happened.
The one place it shouldn't fall.
Yeah. And the fun part about it, though, is that, they have trackers in them. So we've been watching it go to Boston and Pittsburgh for a week and a half.
My God.
It seems like almost a security problem. I shouldn't know where that plane is, it feels like. But I do.
It's almost like you stuck an AirTag on the bottom of the plane and now you're tracking it.
Yeah. And I don't want to give the bad guys ideas, but you know how if there's a tracker near you, your phone will tell you you have a tracker. Yeah. Well, that is not true with ear pods. So if somebody puts an ear pod in your bag, they can track you and it does not alert you.
Isn't that funny when you think of ideas? I never ever want to give anybody ideas on how to do this, but if I ever wanted to cheat, I would be so good at it.
Do you mean in a relationship or what? Really?
I have 2 or 3 things that I'm why doesn't anybody do this? And I'm
we're glad you use your powers for good.
I will never ever say it out loud or on the air or anything like that.
Well, but to me privately.
But to you I will.
We use our powers for good. But
this is true.
I just think that Apple should fix the ear pod.
And also you should get that back. That feels like their
tried.
fault.
They were so nice.
They should pay for that.
I know.
Because it feels like if you got a hole in the plane.
It was all, you know how it is all filled with hair and weirdness?
Oh, I do know. I know.
Planes are so gross.
Dude, planes are so fucking gross. You bring here's also a thing that people don't know. Mm-hmm. That you think would be general knowledge. I'm about to inform everyone in case, and anybody who's rolling their, no, I don't want to shame you. If you don't know this, then it's fine. But now you do, and consider yourself wiser. And those who already did know this, well then, I'm giving you a high five in my mind right now. There's difference between disinfected and clean.
Tell us what it is.
Something can be disinfected. You take Lysol spray and you spray a surface.
Right.
We've now killed the bacteria on that surface. That is very different than elbow grease. and scrubbing and
Soap
getting
and
the
water.
actual grime off of it.
Ew.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, yeah. I thought
This
of
seems to be like people are like, oh, I'll say, oh, my hands are dirty, and they'll give me hand sanitizer. I'm like, do you understand that is not a solution for dirty?
It can
clean.
go with it.
It can go with it
if you want.
But what
But it
should
is
happen
not.
is dirty hands, clean hands, disinfect hands.
If I had to choose, I would choose the soap and water over
Yes.
the.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're different results.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like on a plane, people cleaning planes or the whole plane industry does not know the difference. And those, because you take like white.
Well, they
like a
spray that
baby
on
wipe.
vomit.
Oh,
You know what I mean? But then they're like, what? We disinfected it. Yeah, but there's
Right.
still vomit right there.
that's what I am saying. I am so disgusted by that. And then I just take that white wipe and just wipe the armrest and then just look at it. Just look at that thing.
It's so gross.
It has not been cleaned since the
Reagan administration.
creation of said plane.
Yeah, that's right. That's true, Sarah.
I don't know.
I
what
thought
got
of
me on
this the
top.
other day because we went to Goodwill.
Yeah.
And you know how we learned on this show what the smell in Goodwill is?
Yeah.
And the answer is human.
Human.
That is human skin and sweat
Skin and sweat and
grossness. Just being a person.
okay, I'm going to go ahead and call him out because I don't even fucking care. I got advertised and influenced to, probably because I went in there a bunch of times, for the Express, you know that brand Express?
Yeah,
they have
sure.
these style trial kits where you pay $60 a month and you get unlimited boxes that you could swap out of 3 items at a time, and it's great because I'm looking for an
I did
alternative.
not know that.
They were offering me a free month, and it happens to be a month where I have some
You were booked
events.
solid.
So I was like, this is great. If there's a time to try it, maybe I can find the dress that I wear to Eli's sister's wedding, and then it's $0 because it's a free month. Nothing lost.
Mm-hmm.
I order my first box. I open it. It smelled like the Goodwill. I tried on 0 of those clothes. I put them right back in the box. I was
This is the
thanks, but
opposite
no
of
thanks.
an ad.
Right. That's why I was like, I don't give a fuck. They're not going to spot. They're not.
Yeah. No, thank you. We wouldn't work with them.
No, thank
That's
you. And so I sent
gross.
it back, and now they're it's a free month, so they're really dragging their feet on sending me that other box, and it's been a lot of days, and I'm very close to the end of my trial period. Haven't gotten my new box that hopefully won't smell like dirty.
That's
it smells
gross,
Goodwill.
man.
I know. I was not happy with this, and I was like, nope, this is not a good one. And you know what it feels like? It feels like what they're doing is they're trying to make money off the returns. They're clothes that people returned that they're then. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I know it's right,
Yeah.
and it's
I love
stupid.
when I agree with you, but it feels like a fight
I know,
still.
and I'm the fight. Yeah, I'm I know. I know. Nobody. I was thinking about the last episode we did. You are such a validator. Even when I change your mind on something, you're you know what, Sarah,
Right.
you are right. You are so nobody validates me more than you. And then when you do, I'm still I know.
Because you're not used to it. You're used to having to fight.
So I
about
have
it.
to say recognize your agreement in the same tone
wait.
that I usually have to then defend myself. I'm still defending myself. So
Oh my God. We've been through a lot already. Yes. So this, as you can tell, podcast today is brought to you by Naked Wines, our new favorite.
yes,
Here's what we love about it. They're skipping the middleman.
yeah,
They're getting rid of all those bozos in between that are taking all
too
the
much
credit.
money. Yeah,
Too much money, too much credit. This is wine delivered to your door, up to 60% off. That's how much those middlemen
yeah.
are taking. And then you get delicious, unique wine right from the winemakers. How great is that?
I love it. It's you get bored of the same kind over and over, or it's so fun to show up at a party and people will be like, ooh, what's this? I've never seen this before. And you could say, oh, it's just a small producer.
We are super cool. Duh. By the way, we've been trying to get a wine sponsor for a long time because
Well, do we really need to
we
explain
are doing our share
why?
for the industry.
Right.
So head to nakedwines.com/braincandy and click enter voucher in the top right when you get to the website, and then enter Brain Candy for both the code and the password to get 6 bottles of wine for just $39.99 with shipping included. That's $100 off and less than $7 per bottle. That's nakedwines.com/braincandy and use code and password braincandy and grab 6 bottles for just $39.99. One last time, that's nakedwines.com/braincandy, code and password braincandy for $100 off your first 6 bottles. Do you want to talk about the doctor?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
So I was telling Susie about this before we started recording, and I was like, I just got to tell the people because now I feel like I'm doing a PSA, like for real.
Yeah, right.
So as you guys know, you've been along my endometriosis journey with me. One of the things that the doctor like gave me a prescription or referral for is pelvic floor therapy. And I've never been to physical therapy ever for anything, which a lot of people couldn't believe when I said that. They're like, haven't you like broken shit? And like,
I haven't either, but that makes more sense for me because I don't do things where that would happen.
Yeah.
But I've like skiing and
injury.
snowboarding,
Like
surfing.
had a lot of stuff, like been in casts recently. I had surgery on my foot.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So like, it's like, why haven't you had ever? Like, but no, everything goes back to where it's supposed to go. So, no problem. But so I have basically what I'm saying is I have zero point of reference. I don't know what to expect. I think we're going in there and I'm going to like, do some like crunch. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. Like foam roller shit, like
I
exercises
said, like,
she's
probably
going to give me.
Thigh Master. I thought that it was going to be like
Thigh
that.
Master kind of stuff. Right. Stuff like that. And like we're strengthening that area.
Yeah.
I did not know that even the evaluation and this whole process, first of all, let me say the woman doing it could not be kinder. She is so sweet. I described her as an athletic librarian type. So she's like fit and like cool, but also like nerdy and smart and like
yeah,
more like
basically a Brain Candy listener.
100%.
Nerdy and smart and athletic.
Yeah, this is it. 100% guaranteed. Just start playing it over the speaker in the office. Everybody's gonna be happy. So she's real nice, and she like was being yeah,
just for fun.
That sounds so good. I loved it. So it's a wonderful situation. I did not know what to expect. That half of the evaluation and assessment, because they're like looking at my pelvic floor muscles and everything, evaluating them, would be external, and a lot of it would be internal. You would think.
Yeah.
That at some point,
right,
with the multiple people I've been to and the many hands that have already been inside there, that somebody would say, here's what pelvic floor therapy is going to look like. So I'm going to give you this prescription or this like a referral for this. Here's what they're going to do.
Yeah, here's the scoop.
To kind of like, I feel like there should... how about this? There have not been many situations where I've been surprise penetrated.
Thank God.
Thank God. And given consent. Been like, yes, I consent to this, which felt very safe and very nice. But still, it was the fucking weirdest.
A surprise yet consensual.
Yes, surprise yet consensual. I'm like, yes. And there are all these forms that you sign that say like, this is... And I'm sure if I had read the forms that I had signed, like I checked the boxes that said, like, you understand that somebody can be present with you in the room, that somebody, and I was like, I don't know why they'd be asking. Yeah. Somebody can be present. Got it. Just like,
Yeah.
And that, like, they said, you could have a partner come. You can
Lord. Yeah.
Like, yeah. So Eli was like, do you need me to go with you? I'm like, no, but I just like want you to support me in this. But, so I just feel like somewhere, this is a thing that a lot of women go to that no one has ever talked about.
That they're going in there. And because you told me she was in there for a half hour in there.
Well, not like a half hour. She was in there for like
15 minutes. Like long
in and
time.
out. Yeah.
The whole
and like
process.
Yes. And that now I'm going this afternoon, and this is where they're going to be like manually like,
I don't even like that word.
I know, neither do I. And the next word I want to use is stimulating, which I like even worse too. Or like,
it seems so inappropriate.
It does.
What are they doing? Stimulating
and it is
what?
So, like, it's so strange to be like have somebody in there like being so gentle, and I'm like, should every guy go to at least an intro to PT therapy class so they can learn what a gentle touch is? Eli, doing fine, but you know. It's just very, yeah. What are they doing in there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So,
because you said they're going to stimulate.
They're different. So first of all, she was like assessing the muscle tightness, and I am going to tell you my experience so that other people who may be going through this can be prepared. Because I wish I had known a little bit.
Okay.
I wouldn't have done anything different, and I would still be, but I probably wouldn't have left with this weird feeling. I told Susie, the rest of the day, I was like driving around and like I'm leaving the appointment with this feeling of like shame and guilt. We all, that's fine,
something
right?
Happened that shouldn't have or something.
And it was nice. It wasn't like it actually felt
guilt
good.
In the way of like, that was naughty.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like, you know, it feels very medical, like, and it still feels medical. Like, but when you go to the gynecologist, it's like invasive and like cold. And this, she's like,
I told
kind
Sarah
and gentle, and like,
her
I'm like,
kink is
dinner.
like consent. Like, so if someone asks for permission, she's like, yeah.
Yes, she's like, do I have permission?
Listening.
One finger. I'm like, go on. Yeah, like, yes, everything. I consent.
God, it's so gross, but so funny.
I mean, it's like but it's such a weird.
I mean, if you have to
overlapping
choose,
of things, like it and also it's like the work is to soften and like get those muscles to not be strained anymore.
Right? She's trying to relax you.
She's trying to relax me. What are we doing here? You know, this is like back in the day when the doctors were like, the women are hysterical and all they need is like
an orgasm. Right.
I mean, that's not
we
the problem,
talked about
but
that.
Like, this is kind of funny that like
I think it was the Gilded Age.
That all PT people know that I have so much respect for what they do, and they're so good. This was not like nobody made me feel uncomfortable. Nobody made me feel like
I think they made you feel real comfortable.
Well, but I was not being creepy. I was like, it was very like a very strange situation. But
no, but like, that's what's sad is that we're so accustomed to feeling. Just it's usually painful.
Yes.
It's usually like you're gritting your teeth, you're white knuckling it, you just want it to be over. So then when it's like a consensual, gentle, open experience, it's like, wait, this is what I want all the time in every area. So I can see.
How do I? Yeah, it's so much of that. It's like consent foreplay. This is very funny. And then I was telling Susie, I was like, when she said that's like your kink, I then was like looking for, you know, what I love is like ASMR videos, like when I'm going to bed at night. And, you know, sometimes I like ones where it's like you're going to the spa, or they'll like role play you're at, you know, getting
feel comfortable,
your nails done or whatever. So I, no joke, was like ASMR, physical therapy. Like,
you know, it's a real compliment to your medical professional.
Yes, that she made me so relaxed. But I just feel like I'm mad at the doctors.
Yeah,
for
like
not
the bar is so low.
Giving me a little bit of a heads up of what I was walking into.
I said to Sarah, you know how like when you leave an appointment and they give you like a summary, it'll be like your notes from the appointment. It'll be like, you know, do this and then blah, blah, blah. I want a pre-one. I want the one that says, here's what's going to happen when you're in this room.
Yes.
This lady's going to be in your vag for a half hour.
That's
I'm going to need to know that
in a way.
I felt like that even about my full body dermatological mole check, where she was like wanting to look on my vagina, my butthole or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to pass. I'm going to go ahead and inspect those areas on my own.
Yeah.
But like, I had no idea.
I swear to God, if you die of a mole in your vagina, I'm going to be so mad. I'm kidding.
What are the odds I have like a cancerous melanomic?
Here's what. If you did tanning beds, because then you're naked and that's an area of skin that's very sensitive and
I
thinner.
may or may not have done that.
Okay, so
Not now, but like in high school.
Right. We all did. Please.
Well, I'm going to check myself. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually said to the doctor, I'm like, listen, I don't think you should have to go through that. I'm going to save us both from that.
Yeah. You take a look. This is what did you tell me to do this or did Lucas tell me to do this? Have Eli put X's on my whole body where suspicious things were? Oh, no, that was Lucas, I think. He said, yeah. He's like, Eli, look over her whole body and take a Sharpie or take a pen and put X's next to anything that you want the doctor to see because you're going to be able to do a more thorough, your body.
Yeah, that's true. And it's comfortable. And
then they can
no
see anything else that they want to look at. So, I don't know.
I'll tell you what I want on my body, and that's Bull and Branch sheets.
Oh, my God.
And towels.
Oh, Eli and I were watching we were watching TV the other day, and a Bull and Branch commercial came on, and both of us were like, that is exactly what it feels like. They nailed it. We both. He was like, that was an A+ commercial, and that is what it's like. And it is. Did you know that they only use cotton that's like 1% of all cotton in the world qualifies for cotton that they use in their bed sheets? And when you understand, they show a
microscopic
visual, yes, of the layers and how they weave it. I'm like, oh. I'm doing terrible commercials where I'm just like, have you seen the towels? They're great. The end. And I'm like, wow, there's science behind this. That's why they feel wonderful. Thank you, Bull and Branch commercial.
Made from the rarest 100% organic cotton on earth, free from toxins, synthetic pesticides, harsh chemicals, made by artisans who earn the pay and respect they deserve. We love that.
Yes.
And they feel great and look great.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I know why.
Now you know why. And you get a 30-night worry-free guarantee. So if you order these and you're like, Susan Sarah said, and then you're like, these are garbage, they'll be like, we got you. But you won't say that. But it's nice to know that you are set. Free shipping, returns on all orders. I love their holiday gift box. So if you want to give them as a gift, you could do that.
Right.
And, of course, I love their deep, what do you call that? It's just a really deep sheet.
Like a deep sheet for a deep mattress.
You don't have to do a wrestling match to get it on.
Yeah.
Give you and your loved ones a better night's sleep this holiday season. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping when you use promo code CANDY at bullandbranch.com. That's Bull and Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com, promo code CANDY. Limited time only. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Or see our site for the info.
For more details.
Yeah.
So yes, that is my PSA. Okay, what else do I have? Stories. Some funny things that I wrote down. If you want to feel old, oh my God, I've had a whole day of just looking at my age in the mirror, I guess. Look at this.
Why? What do you mean?
I don't know. Pelvic floor does not seem like a young lady's problem, Suze. So,
right, that's true. Okay, fair enough.
17-year-old me wasn't skipping around going, how do I keep my pee in?
I gotta go to physical therapy for my pelvis.
Yeah. When was the last time you went into an Urban Outfitters?
Ugh. Well, Susie. I have an 11-year-old, so more recently than you'd imagine.
Holy. Yeah. I have never felt older, more out of touch. Even trying on clothes there, I was like, whose bodies are shaped like this?
Oh my God, what was in there?
Okay, first of all, it's a Fiona Apple music video in there.
Yeah.
Everything is I was like, I wore that.
She's like the Joni Mitchell of their generation, I think.
Yeah. Oh.
I think so.
She is, because it's what music did Mom cry to?
Yes, exactly. Right.
Tell me that is not 100% true, because I'm like, Fiona Apple is the only music I play whenever I'm mad at a significant other.
It's tough times.
Please.
Right.
Paperback.
It's really funny, Sarah. What did Mom cry to? Yes.
And anybody who's our age, guaranteed your mom belted out Joni Mitchell, and it was healing.
She spoke to their souls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. That gets me. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Oh, right. Urban Outfitters. Don't go there. Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went there and it is like not like the length of the skirts, like a woman's butt.
Long or short?
Oh my God. So short. Like it would not, I couldn't, as long as I walk with my hands down all day, we might be okay. But I will commit a felony if I go to bend over or pick anything up.
They can like see your pelvic floor hanging out. So bad.
God, I'm dying. Oh, yeah. Accurate. So I was just like, wow, this feels not like, yeah.
Why did you go in there for?
Well, because I was shopping for clothes we've got all these events coming up. It's like rehearsal dinner and wedding. And like, then, we're going to our comedy thing and I haven't bought new clothes since like pre-pandemic. Like,
I hear you.
I had to at least, this is my new sweatsuit, like matching sweatsuit, because I realized the only ones I owned were ones that I wore every day during the pandemic. I'm like, it's time to get rid of those.
Yeah.
And I can't be still wearing my pandemic uniform.
I know.
You know what I mean? We all had them.
Now that I'm going out of my bunker, it has been eye-opening. Like I forgot stuff.
Susie, you gave me the perfect segment because I wrote this down. I was like, I just want to discuss this topic with you. I heard recently it was like a TikTok or something like that said being stylish is a hobby.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
I think organizing is a hobby.
Yes.
You know how like people that are organized like to act like it's just something everyone should do and it's like a virtue.
Hobby.
I think it's more just like you enjoy it, which is true for me.
Right.
I love doing that.
And same with being hot and being stylish.
Yeah.
It's a hobby.
No doubt.
If you want to put energy into it, and then we'll get those. And the only time I do is when I'm ovulating. So I get like 1 week of being hot as a hobby. And it's like, that's when my hair gets done. My nails get done.
Sarah's hot girl week.
Yeah. I like scrub all the calluses off my feet.
She trims her eyebrows.
This is so true. Like it sounds like I'm doing a bit here, but nope. I'm just telling you
You're just reporting the facts. Yeah.
Just reporting the news. Oh, yeah. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, if you make being stylish and like dressing up like a hobby and you're interested in it, you're into it, it changes what you look at, what you're consuming, like magazines, fashion magazines, all that kind of stuff. And we all just have different hobbies. And there's some people in the same way so this is like I had this like epiphany the other day and I was like thinking about it and it made me think like, oh, hot people find hot people because they have the same hobby. And, right? Because like we shouldn't feel like, oh, I'm like not cute enough to be with this person. No, you have different fucking hobbies. Because I guarantee anybody who thinks that they're not hot has different hobbies and is not prioritizing that.
This
because
is
I don't
interesting.
think, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and it doesn't mean that you are not beautiful. And so like somebody else might think, yeah, you were so
don't
hot.
get me started.
But you wouldn't
Remember
say
when
that
I got into a fight with our brainiacs because they were saying that the people from Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, of Appalachia, white trash, they were saying they weren't attractive. And I was saying, no. Almost everything about being attractive is about context.
Yes.
So
look at Kardashians before
and
everything.
Money. Yeah, it's like money. You buy attractiveness.
Yes.
But their bare bones, like biology, the anatomical DNA that they have, they're really attractive. Like on DNA.
Right.
But
it's
people don't get that
their hobby is duck hunting or whatever.
Yes.
So
it's meth. It's meth, Sarah.
That is more accurate.
I
was thinking Duck Dynasty and just confused my rednecks for a second.
Yeah,
confused my
drugs.
WT peeps. Yeah, it's drugs. That's their hobby.
Yeah.
Which then changes things. So that's it. So like that also made me think like I should never look at anybody who's like good looking and think, oh, I'm jealous of them. They just have different hobbies. And I do not want to devote that much time to even shaving my fucking legs. Are you kidding me? No. I have other hobbies. I was saying this as I was like doing like flower arrangements and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is my hobby. This is like, or, you know, Eli and I are going skiing. I'm like, I can't put that kind of time in. And people who have other hobbies don't put time into those things because it's not their hobby.
Yeah.
And sometimes you try out different hobbies. I wish I could
get through to people about this because it's accurate.
This is what we're doing here.
I'll tell you what my hobby is, and that's eating Mosh protein bars.
I love these. Shout out to Mosh for fueling me during a hard day of disc golf. It did not help me win at all, but it absolutely was delicious.
Tasty.
And it was a long day of playing, and I only had breakfast, and Susie, everybody listening, all people, you should be so proud of me. I checked in with myself and I was like, I think I'm getting a little cranky. I think I need a snack.
She checked in.
And I ate my Mosh bar in 2 seconds. Because that's how hanger works.
They're so good.
Problem solved, and I was back. And I'm like, we're back, baby. Let's do this. I'm not pissed off at everybody anymore.
It's such a great thing because, as I told you, Lincoln doesn't have a lot of time for lunch. Plus, he's distracted. He wants to have social time during lunch. Yeah. So he just takes a Mosh bar. That's what smart. That's what his lunch is. And that's not because I'm like, you should just take a Mosh bar. That's what he wants. And what's great is these are designed for your brain.
Yes.
I love it. All the ingredients. Listen, here, ashwagandha, lion's mane, collagen, omega-3s. I'm obsessed with omega-3s these days.
I'm obsessed with lion's mane these days.
160 calories, only 1 gram of sugar. So it's not like, by the way. It does
not taste like that.
It tastes, I know. What is that?
I know. I'm so
always
glad
like,
when I was asking my brothers, like, hey, do you want to bite of this? And they were like, oh, no, I'm good. They were like, busy drinking beers and doing other stuff. And so I was like, good, more for me. I just said that to be polite.
This is a mission-driven company. They want to focus on brain health. So they donate to support women's brain research through the Women's Alzheimer movement at Cleveland Clinic. If you know Sarah and I, we have been talking about Alzheimer's and our desire to avoid
and also talking about how research is not done on women because
that's
they're like, they're different. We don't know what to do with them.
They do all the research. You know how like the research is all on the men?
Yeah.
And then they're like, that's probably the same for women.
Right.
Well, this is like avoiding that. This is saying like, we're actually different.
I love this.
We're going to support it. So anyway, they have Lincoln loves the peanut butter, anything with the peanut butter in it.
I love that. That's what I had on my disc golf, peanut butter chocolate chip. Yes.
It's so good.
And they have a good crunch to them.
I'm telling you what, Sarah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of dud bars in my life.
Me too. I was skeptical and then I was so surprised.
I should have known a Schwarzenegger would give me what I needed. Don't settle for a mediocre snack when you can nourish your body and mind with the fuel it needs to succeed. So whether you're at the gym, on the go, or just living your best life, Mosh protein bars will keep your brain and body fit, fueled, and feeling good. Head to moshlife.com/braincandy to save 20% off. Plus free shipping on your first 6-count trial pack. That's 20% off plus free shipping on your first 6-count trial pack, which includes all 6 mouth-watering flavors. MOSHLIFE.com/braincandy. I spelled it wrong like a doofus in one of my other spots. I was so mad because like any sacrifice that I lost, because like any lost customer, I would be so mad at myself because
MOSH.
Yeah, MOSHLIFE.com/braincandy. That made me so mad because, like, I love our partners and I want them to succeed. Well, thanks. Sarah's giving me grace. She's sitting over there being like, "Don't be so hard on yourself, Suze."
I'm like,
I know. I see your face and I'm like, she feels bad for me right now.
Yeah, because I know how much you care.
I was so mad.
I know.
Anyway, you get it. So
you don't need to
buy
worry.
some protein bars so I don't feel so bad. Yes. Anyway, okay.
Yes. Other things that I saw that I wanted to talk about. I saw this video that said there's a difference between being up for anything and down for anything. And I thought that was very funny. And I wanted to ask you who is up for anything, and what activities are you doing if you're up for anything?
I think, am I right? If I say I'm like, I'm up for anything, that's like me being like, I am open-minded. I am positive. I am whatever you want. I'm fine. I'm agreeable. If I'm down for anything, it's like, I'll do whatever it fucking takes.
Oh, yeah.
Shady shit. Is that right?
Yes, you're so right. It's up for anything happens in the morning and down for anything happens in the evening. They didn't say that in the video, but that was my take on it.
It's so true.
I think that's so great. So, like,
up for
quiz your friends.
Like lunch with your colleagues.
Yes, up for anything is going for a run. I might be going to yoga or meditating.
Down for anything is like, I'm down for anything. Let's
doing
fucking
drugs.
go. I'm doing meth with the West Virginians.
I'm like, just put it in my hand.
That is really funny.
Oh, good. I love it. Susie,
where did
when
you see
smile
that?
like that is, I saw it on and it wasn't what you expect. It was like a motivational podcast. It was like a bro who was saying it too. It was like Monday motivate something. And I because he was saying it in like a way of like, you have to be it wasn't said as a joke. He was saying it in a way of like, you have to be the kind of person who changes it. It says, I'm up for anything. I'm up for, to be like positive or whatever. But then I was like, oh, this is a bit. This is so funny. This is, how come nobody's talking about this? And he wasn't saying it funny like that. I'm like, there's
missed
too much
opportunity.
Here. Yeah. I was like, yoink. Look, a woman stealing from a man. How does it feel?
We're down for anything.
We're down for anything.
It's so true.
So that was something funny that I wrote down to talk to you about.
Isn't language funny like that?
It is funny. Also, this is funny. I got a few people who sent me a link. You know that zoo in China that we've been like rolling our eyes at for a while?
Yeah, the sun bears.
They're at it again. They
have like a cockatoo, like a human in a cockatoo.
No. You're going to love this. Wait, I'm going to look up the picture and send it to you just so we could get the reaction. Okay, hang on.
Tell me the story.
Okay, so they claim that they did not give this lion a haircut.
It's already funny.
It's already funny. They're like, what? Oh my God, Susie, you're going to die. You're going to die. I'm just going to send you the whole search results for it because they're all too funny. You just have to click this link and open up.
Why would you deny giving a haircut though? Oh my God. No. Oh my God. It looks like, okay, you know the main character from Spinal Tap?
Oh my God.
It looks like the blonde.
Yes.
Oh, it's Christopher Guest in Spinal Tap.
Oh, we're going to need to do it side by side. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
And they're like, what?
Sarah.
It's natural.
What is wrong with them?
Do you see that? I'm telling you, I understand. And look, nobody has been deeper
We've all
in
gotten bad haircuts.
Yes, right.
What if, like, the lion went through a breakup and cut bangs?
Nature does not do that. Right. Oh, my God. That's exactly what happened.
The lion's name is Hang Hang. Hang the lion. Looks like he got a haircut, but the zoo claims it has nothing to do with this.
Okay.
It looks like Suzanne Summers,
You're
actually.
Right. He did it himself. This is totally like...
Why would they give it a haircut, though? Why would you do that?
Why
Just
would
for the
you do that?
They love the press.
So, okay. I get it.
God, a mullet.
I heard you all when you said, Sarah, sun bears look like humans. Nobody
like,
watched more nature documentaries in the last 3 months than your girl over here. I was in it.
Yeah.
And so I got it. I watched ones on sun bears. I saw that. Dave Attenborough. Yes. They stand up. Got
Dave. It. I love that you call him Dave.
I said David.
I
just sure. Okay. But what if I called it Dave? I should go with that. Yeah, Dave.
Good old Dave Attenborough.
Just listen, Dave. First name. We're first name basis. I get that sun bears do have human-like features when they stand up.
Saggy buns.
But that one at the China Zoo was not a bear. I don't care what you say. Look at the evidence. This is a fool me once.
Look at the evidence.
Fool me. Now we've been fooled 4 times. You mean to tell me they're like, what? We didn't cut its hair. What? We didn't put it in a costume. What? We didn't. Please. We didn't paint
it
stripes.
Nature's magic.
No. Oh my God.
Sarah.
Well, then Nature's Magic gave me a haircut when I was about 4 years old, too, and my bangs look real funky.
Oh, my God. Zookeepers attempted to boost the lion's locks, but Hang couldn't help but fuss with his new do, licking his paws and patting it down to tame the frizz. That's what the article says.
Most... I'm sorry. Are we going to... Who do we believe more? The scientists in Mexico with their aliens or the zookeepers in China? Because right now, I'm like, please.
I think the alien is more likely...
Real?
To be real, yeah.
I do too.
Okay, but you haven't answered my question. Like, why would they be like, today's the day for a haircut?
Because it feels kind of like, I don't know, communist leadership of like... We want him to have, for the same reason the Yankees don't have beards. I don't fucking know.
Like.
They want him to look well kept and groomed.
They thought it was too mangy.
Yeah. Not over here. We keep it high and tight.
Why would you deny it then? Why wouldn't you say yes, that we groom him?
Susie,
it's so great.
I don't know.
Where did you find this story? Like, where did this come across your feed?
My friend Brianna sent it to me.
That's a good friend.
Then,
That's a good friend.
I know. And she's a vet tech, so...
Oh, okay. I can't believe no Brainiac sent this to us. Not one.
I think one did. Because I got this from...
maybe?
Yeah, to me.
Okay.
Yeah, but not to us, yeah.
No, not to the Brain Candy account, which is really the hub of all hilarity.
Yeah.
If I'm honest. That is crazy. I love it. And it's such a blunt cut. Right. They didn't even do layers or anything.
I know. They get like...
It's a bob.
Almost represents... It's
this
almost
line has a bob.
Like the Dumb and Dumber haircut. It looks like
totally.
That. Like, what are we doing here? Okay.
So
that is funny. Hilarious.
So good.
And don't you feel like the lion looks ashamed?
I should do my job.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what animals are not ashamed. And that is the ones that have embraced pet insurance.
Oh, if I didn't give you a perfect segue.
I know. I really don't know why I was dragging my feet here. Right. This is obvious.
Quit dragging your paws.
Quit dragging my paws. I mean, okay, we've talked about this before.
Yes.
Pet owners.
Yes.
You're thinking, I do not need pet insurance.
Yes, you do.
And then something will happen, and you're going to say, I needed pet insurance.
Oh, my God. It's the dumbest things. It's my dog just ate an entire pillow.
Yes.
My aunt's dog ate pantyhose got him out of the laundry bin, ate them, then it got tangled around his intestines, and he had to have surgery to get out fucking pantyhose.
Do you want to pay for that? I don't. I do not. And I mean, seriously, have you met animals?
Right.
It's not good what they do. They get into trouble. So pet insurance is the ticket. And you're going to say, like, after the fact, I wish I would have. So why not avoid the regret? It's the worst feeling. Just peace of mind.
Yes.
Then you know if your pet eats whatever the heck.
Yeah.
You're good to go. They have a 24/7 helpline. They have an optional wellness rewards program to ensure you prioritize preventative care for your pet. Because they're saying like, hey, well, you got to take your pet in and get them checked out, so that they incentivize that, which is great. And vet care prices have increased 33% in the last year.
Whoa.
Because you know how like the vets are like, they've had it.
They've had it. And also I've heard there's not a lot of them. It's like a supply and demand thing.
Exactly. So
like for real.
You can hedge your bets here. Don't wait for the unexpected to happen. Join the massive community of pet owners who trust pet Embrace pet insurance to protect their pet. Head to embracepetinsurance.com/braincandy. Sign up for pet insurance today. Make sure you go to embracepetinsurance.com/braincandy, or else they won't know that we were the ones that sent you. So that's embracepetinsurance.com/braincandy. Use our URL, please. It helps us, and we don't want to have to get real jobs.
Oh my! Well, I mean,
that sounds awful. Like, we're doing a public service. The least you can do is get on the URL and do us a solid. It's on our website as well.
Okay. What else do I want to talk about? We're going to save that one for next time. Oh, this is really cool. This is something that comes out every year at just about this time. So The Atlantic does a yearly contest where it's microscopic photos. So photos of things taken at the microscopic level. And they had hundreds of entries this year. And it's the 49th annual microscopic photography contest. And what I think is super cool about this kind of photography is that as technology gets better and better, we can photograph things smaller and smaller. So every single year, there's new things that we can photograph that you're seeing at it will blow your mind. So we're going to link this, of course, in the
newsletter.
So if you go to braincandypodcast.com and you subscribe, we give you all these amazing articles and fun stuff that you could just, so you don't have to go looking for it.
Yeah.
But this is so fun to look at. I wanted to just highlight a few of my favorites that were in there. Butterfly eggs photographed.
Wow.
They're so delicate and tiny and very what's really cool is everything at a microscopic level is very geometric.
Yes.
And patterned.
Yeah.
So that is super fucking cool. It goes with spooky season a little bit, I feel like.
Yeah, what are the images of mostly, though?
So, some of the ones that I liked. Pollen on an acupuncture needle.
Why is there pollen?
Well, they set it up. So they use something really small, like an acupuncture needle, which is a teeny tiny. And they dipped it in pollen. And so you can, and what it does is it makes the pollen kind of cling to the outside, but it clings, but it kind of floats, kind of like static electricity, sort of attaches itself.
Yeah.
So you could see the structures that, when people, and actually maybe fucking germs look like this actually under a microscope, but you know how it almost looks like a spiky ball. Like if somebody draws a germ like that.
Well, coronavirus was like that.
Yeah. That's what pollen looks like. It looks like a spiky ball, but it looks like if that spiky ball were bright green, it almost looks like slime.
Yeah.
From flubber or something. Yeah. In a shape. It's super weird. Other ones that are super cool, some spores of mold. They showed the ridges up close on mushrooms. And then my personal favorite, but didn't even make the top 20. And I think it's because I'm sure already have photos of this. It's not that small, but a mouse embryo was, I think, the most beautiful one.
Yeah, because you could see the mouse in there.
Yeah, it was really cool. And they're maybe using special dyes or things that light up the different layers of these structures. So they're an amoeba. You think of amoeba as a one-celled organism that's probably just one thing. There's a shit ton going on in there. It looks like a crowded living room.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's very weird. So enjoy the microscopic world.
You just
from
reminded
the Atlantic.
me, because when you said embryo, it reminded me of Roe v. Wade and stuff. And then that reminded me of how, who is it? I don't think it, maybe... I feel like I have the wrong band.
Oh,
but there's a remake of We Didn't Start the Fire that has from 1989 to today.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Panic at the Disco. Who is it?
We Didn't Start the Fire is what's it? Bruce Springsteen. No.
It's Billy Joel.
Billy Joel, for fuck's sake. I confuse those two all the time.
Is the band that did a redo.
It's Billy Joel.
Lincoln and I heard it.
I confuse those two all the time because of New Jersey.
Yeah, right. And they love each other.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They're both, well, Billy Joel is from Long Island.
Okay.
But
see, I didn't even get that right.
Bruce is like, is he from New Jersey? It's
I think
like
so.
that same area. Yeah. It's like for real, like within 10 miles of each other.
And they both like look the same. Come on. Tell me that that's the same person.
Yes, and you. Yeah. But no. But they're the same era. They're the same type of guy. It's the American Songbook. It's all of that.
Yeah.
But Fall Out Boy created We Didn't Start the Fire, but it's only headlines from 1989 till today.
Wait, are you telling me We Didn't Start the Fire? Those are all actual headlines? Oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh my God, I didn't know that. That song is legit.
Stop it. What did you think it was?
I don't know. Just crazy shit that goes on. Just like life. I don't know. Like. Well,
but like real life, Harry Truman.
But like
Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray.
I totally get that, but I didn't think about. I just thought it was like when you say it as like these are all I don't know.
Okay, well let me give you a little bit of something.
It changes it, and that's super cool. And
here's what We Didn't Start the Fire is. We Didn't Start the Fire. Billy Joel was having a conversation with Julian Lennon, John Lennon's son.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And this was in the 80s. And he was like, you know, basically saying like, my generation's going through all this stuff. Like you Billy Joel don't know because you didn't have anything. Everything was boring until we came along. And so Billy Joel decided to write this song saying like, really? Here's what we've been through. And then it was like, you know, every major headline from when he was born until 1989 when it was put out. And so
everyone should be so lucky to have a friend like Susie. I hope that like
a Billy Joel historian.
Like you are my older sister.
It is weird because we are generationally different.
Yeah. And so, like, this is like I have an older sister who's like, here's what's cool. And also you need to remember to, like, I don't know, shave your toes.
Shave your toes. Anyway, I think a lot of people have felt this feeling about that song where it's like, okay, but since 1989, like, everyone I think feels like their generation, like, went through some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they all did. That's the thing. And we didn't start the fire. It was always burning.
Always burning. It's just the world's been turning.
Anyway, the point is that we were thinking about the new lyrics, and Lincoln said, what do you think that they left out? Like, what would you have put in there that they didn't?
Why is your son, does he, I might lose my job to him. He is very, like, that's a great
Well, this is our currency.
Question.
Every family has currency. This is ours.
Great.
It's like
okay,
questions.
go on. I love him.
And so I said, you know, they didn't say Roe v. Wade, which really surprised me because maybe it was written like right before. I don't know, but it just came out. So
Roe v. Wade, Dr. Dre,
for real, it is just like
I could rhyme that.
It was like Meghan Markle. It was like all this new stuff in
weird.
We Didn't Start the Fire. And then he was like, "What's Roe v. Wade?" And then I had to talk about what it is. And
what did he say?
Nothing. He just listened. I just described it. But that's a really hard thing to talk about with a kid because what are you going to say? Like, how do you...
What do you say?
It sounds like if you're pro-choice, it's a really weird thing to be like, so that this allows women to terminate this pregnancy.
Because then you're like entering into the sex talk of like
it's the sex talk, but it's also like
isn't desirable and some is.
I think that kids still identify as those little guys,
embryos.
Yeah,
because they're like, that's a baby. You call me your baby. You don't kill a baby.
That's what the sense I got was because I was saying like, here's that women that don't want to maintain their pregnancy, they have the right to end it. I think he was I could see his wheels turning is basically what.
Yeah.
And then that's strange.
It's so great that he has a mom who talks about this with him.
Poorly. It's not like I was like, so let's get into it. No, I was just like, so anyway, Billy Joel. No, I wasn't, but I was just sort of like waiting to you're always like gauging, like, where are we? Are we going to go move on from this? Are we going to?
When did this happen?
A couple of days ago.
Oh, wow.
Because I had never heard
I want
it.
to know,
It was
does
on
he
the
have
radio.
follow-up questions?
No.
Oh, okay.
Should I ask? Should I be like, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
what the fuck do I know? I'm not a parent. I don't know anything. But I do think when you see the wheels turning, they've usually asked questions that they've answered in their own mind with kid logic. So you can go like, we talked about a really hard, like something that was kind of like a grown-up talk the other day.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions on that? And he probably will be like, nope, I'm fine. But if he did, it just opens the door and say, okay, well, if you have questions later, you can always ask me about that. Mm-hmm. Because he'll make assumptions or like they just think about what you did when you were a kid. If like my mom, like there was times where like she would get babysitters and wouldn't come back until late at night. And I like was convinced she was a vampire for like a good solid year of my life.
And you just want to know who she was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember being like, yep, convinced she's a vampire. Prove to me that she's not. I was like looking for evidence. I remember this like at a time in my life. Must have been like 8.
I guess I always think like, I don't want to offer more
That's why you just ask, do you have any questions?
Okay.
And then you could say, well, what you just ask, well, what are your thoughts? What do you think happens? And then you gauge what information they know. And all you have to do is, I say like, it's kind of like we're like the bumpers in the bowling alley. We're not like throwing the ball. That's what they're doing. But you're like able to see where to and like bump it back versus like not having any bumpers. And it just like goes into the, gutter. Like,
yeah.
So you want to be like, what are you thinking? Oh, well, actually, it's like, and you could then you gauge, because usually the questions they have aren't what you think.
Yeah, right.
Like sometimes, like, you'll work with, this is in the past, I've worked with kids who like are going through divorces and stuff, and kids, like 4-year-olds, and you'll be like, are you, or 5, whatever, you're worried about, is there anything you'll think like, oh no, my parents, they'll be like, yeah, do I still get Christmas? And we're like, okay, this is like, this is what you were worried about? Got it. Okay.
Don't you feel like though most of like the stuff that bothers us,
yeah,
we don't even think of till we're like 30?
Totally.
Like I did not have a problem to speak of.
Yeah.
Until I processed it later, which is a real weird thing.
Yeah. You don't even know what questions to ask.
Because like how bad could it be if you didn't even know until you're freaking 30?
Right. Because there are there's something that's like,
wait.
But I wonder, like, was the door open for you to ask those questions in the same way?
Right.
Like have a curiosity. And what was your experience with being curious in the past, and how was that received? If it was like, we just believe this, then you learn to not ask questions.
Yeah.
But if it's like you're
that
a family that
encourages
right. You're a family now that encourages curiosity, and you're like, well, what do you think? And like, thinking and
yeah,
opinions.
Right. To be continued.
So it'll be different,
Yeah, I've said too much. I feel bad.
Why?
I'm rambling. We've gone over.
I love this. We're just
we
chit-chatting.
didn't even
Everybody's
do the
on
wind
board.
down. Everyone's fine with it. The two people
I'm fine
here.
with it, so I'm sure everybody else listening is fine with it. Now,
Right.
like, wrap it up, Sarah. What the heck do we talk about?
I know one thing is disinfected does not equal clean.
Yes. Thank you. Put it on a bumper sticker. Or just like don't use bumper stickers because. Then we talked about how pelvic floor, session is more than I thought it was going to be. And maybe doctors should do a better job at letting their patients know maybe some informed consent would be good.
Yeah, man. Why aren't they telling you?
Yeah. And also buy me dinner first.
For real. I bet, do you think that person would find that funny?
Yeah. I wonder if she's heard it. What I like to do is take the obvious joke and then say, how many people make the joke, buy me dinner first? And then they'll say, oh, everyone. And then I go, yeah, but how many people have asked you how many people? And then they go, no one. And I'm like, First winner.
And
I do
you're
that
like, but wait,
every
can we really
single
go to dinner?
time there's an obvious joke. I just go, how many people say this? And they're always like, everyone. So I don't want to be that person, but I want to connect with them on how, like, I know that's the joke to make, but I also know that everybody does that, and I'm better than that. So
I feel like you should push it, though, where you're like, yeah, I know, that's so funny. But also, can we go to dinner?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not joking.
So Italian? I'll do that.
Yes, exactly.
I'm like, I'm buying.
We also talked about how hot people find hot people because that's their
hobby.
That it will rattle around in the old noggin for a while. That's interesting.
Yeah. So don't worry.
There are these
if you're
studies,
not hot, or if you just don't think, you're like, oh my God, that person's so attractive. Yeah, that's their hobby. And you have different hobbies, and that's fine. And
some people just are, like, though. Some people just are like fundamentally
right. But they don't know it. They're not walking around feeling like, oh my God, I'm so hot. And those people usually don't look for other hot people. They like, you're always like, why is she with him? Or why is he with her? Like, he's so hot. Like, because he doesn't even know it. And he's like a fucking nerd. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, right.
There you go. Sarah's
then
theories.
We talked about...
Ooh, that lion haircut.
Up for anything versus down for anything.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the lion haircut is my favorite. That's one of my favorite stories of the year.
Oh, what?
Well, because of the image, and you all need to Google real quick.
You have to. It is worth it. And don't you think he looks ashamed? Like, he looks like he just got a bad haircut. Like, that expression is like...
He's thinking like, well, it'll grow out.
Yeah.
Like we all do.
It's like, it's just hair.
It's just hair. It'll grow out.
I guarantee that female lying next to him is like, it's fine. Meanwhile, she's going to go turn around and talk shit with all of the other women as soon as he walks away. He is not impregnating any of them for at least 2 cycles.
That was crazy. Okay, anyway, we got to go. I love you all. Bye, people.
Bye-bye.